dear children, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. This is Rashi ma'am. I'm the founder of the Story House. Welcome to the channel. First things first, did you subscribe to the channel yet? If not, please do. So today, I've got another beautiful story for you all. It's a story about Ganesh ji. Would you like to see which one is it? Let me show it to you. So the name of the story is Ganesha's Sweet Tooth. I'm sure you all know Ganesh ji used to love eating laddus. So would you like to read the story with me? Come on, let's read it. Okay, so the story has been written by Sanjay Patel and Emily Haynes. Such beautiful graphics, can you see? Yes. Alright, so now, as we all know, Ganesha is a Hindu god. He is very important and powerful and a tad chubby. Okay. But when he was a kid, he was just like any other kid. Except that he had an elephant's head and cruised around on a magical mouse collecting fruit, rice, sweets and other gifts from the temples in his neighborhood. He used to love collecting all this because he used to love to eat. Yeah. Ganesha loved to eat sweets and candy, especially the traditional Indian dessert, laddu. He would love laddu. His best friend, do you know who was his best friend? Can you take a guess? Some of you guessed it right, I think. His best friend was Mr. Mouse. So his best friend Mr. Mouse could eat only one at a time. He was tiny. He could eat only one laddu at a time. But that was okay. He wanted to share all his laddus. He just didn't want to share his laddus. Yes, so he was fine that Mr. Mouse could eat only one. One day, while Ganesha and Mr. Mouse were out looking for sweets, they discovered a new kind of laddu. They saw a new kind of laddu. The super jumbo jawbreaker laddu. Yes! Ooh, that seems interesting, isn't it? Ganesha snatched up the shiny treat and was about to eat it right there on the spot. Wait! Squeaked Mr. Mouse. Don't eat it! It's a jawbreaker! It'll break your tusk! Mr. Mouse warned him. It is going to break your tusk, so do not eat it. But Ganesh ji had a weakness for laddus. He just couldn't let it go. And he said, "But I'm a god. I'm invincible. No one can destroy me." Ganesha popped the laddu in his mouth. He bit down and can you guess what happened? It was a jawbreaker laddu. Yes. Snap! Squeak! Oh no! Mr. Mouse yelled. How will I ever put my tusk back on? Ganesha wailed. Ooh, his tusk actually broke. Ganesha was very clever and he tried all sorts of ideas. Yes, all sorts of ideas. What if I tie it on with string? What if I stick it on with glue? He tried everything. Maybe I could just hold it on with my hand. But nothing worked. Yes, nothing worked. I look lopsided, he said. Everyone will laugh at me. No, they won't. Everyone loses their teeth. And besides, you already have an elephant's head. And your friends still love you. He had a point. Ganesha wasn't convinced. He thought he looked awful. He took all his anger and frustration and hurled his tusk at the moon. But the tusk did not hit the moon. It sailed over a bush and hit the head of an old man who was walking by. Who was that old man? Is this your tusk? The old man asked. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. I was aiming for the moon. What's your name? I'm Ganesha, and this is Mr. Mouse, my friend. You are Ganesha? The old man exclaimed. I have been looking for you. Oh. I am Vyas, the poet, and I need a special scribe for a poem. It's so long that no man could ever write the whole thing. All the pens in the world would break before it was done. That's interesting. I'm not a man, said Ganesha, and I love stories, but I don't have anything to write with. What about your tusk? Vyas asked. That's just a big tooth, Ganesha said. It's a very special tooth, Vyas explained, handing Ganesha a piece of paper. Give it a try. So he was asking him to write a poem using his tusk like a pen. Ganesha took the paper and pressed down with the tip of his tusk. It made a mark. Ganesha was so excited that he drew a flower, a tree, and a picture of Mr. Mouse, his best friend, along with a few of his other favorite things. He never knew he could use his tusk like that. And now, when he knew he could draw with his tusk, he was very excited. Very, very excited. I love my tusk, he said. I'd be happy to help you. What is the story about? The beginning of things, said Vyas. It's rather hard to sum up. It's called the Mahabharata. Let's see now. Excuse me, said Mr. Mouse, jumping on the end of Ganesha's truck. I don't mean to interrupt, but what exactly are the terms of this agreement? It is a very long poem after all. Can you tell the whole story in one go, Vyas? No stopping? As long as Ganesha understands the meaning of everything I say. Can I eat sweets while I write? Asked Ganesha. As long as you don't stop writing, said Vyas. Ganesha and Mr. Mouse agreed. Let's begin, they said. So he started writing a very, very long poem using his tusk, the broken tusk. As Vyas spoke, Ganesha put his tusk to paper and began writing. Soon he forgot all about the super jumbo jawbreaker laddu and how funny he looked. He even forgot about the sweets he wanted to eat. Long ago, Vyas said, there lived a very brave king of Hastinapur. One day, when he was out hunting, he happened upon a beautiful woman sitting on the banks of the Ganga river. And this story went on and on. 100,000 verses later. Ooh, that's really long. Ganesha put down his tusk. The Mahabharata, the great epic of Hindu literature, was complete. Ganesha peeked around a stack of paper and saw that Mr. Mouse had been eating his way through the laddus as they worked. The poem had taken a very, very long time. It had actually taken a lot of time. And during that time, Mr. Mouse had been munching on all the laddus. But Ganesha was happy to see that there were still few left for him and his friends. So that was the story of Ganesha's sweet tooth and how he used his tusk to write a poem, or you can say an epic, the Mahabharata. I hope you all enjoyed the story. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. See you with another story another time. Bye bye.